Ladies and gentlemen, the third panel discussion is going to be about digital disruptions, redefining real estate sales and marketing. I'll repeat the topic quickly for you all once again. This is going to be about digital disruptions, redefining real estate sales and marketing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be introducing our respected moderator, and then I'm going to be talking about our speakers in alphabetical order, and I'll request all of them, our moderator and our speakers, to please kindly join me on stage together. Let's get this moving quickly, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the topic for the moment, digital disruptions. Don't move, na? Add karo. Just put it again, please. इसको डाल दीजिए यहाँ पे. We'll add two more. Add कर दीजिए. Please arrange it as per the frame. Is the frame fine? Huh? Want it to be? So let's arrange it as per the frame, as per the videographer. उनके हिसाब से हम लोग को करना है. So आप लोग थोड़ा सा इसको इस तरफ लेके जाइए. Is it fine? Is it fine now? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this topic is about digital disruptions, redefining real estate sales and marketing. To moderate this session, we will have somebody truly, truly special. He's an alumnus from IMT Ghaziabad, IIMA and Lodha Group, and a serial entrepreneur with deep expertise in real estate strategy, sales, marketing, and customer experience. As the founder and CEO of Sellability, he's built a business accelerator and a turnaround platform that helps developers drive sales, optimize cash flow, and scale profitably while elevating their brand equity. Before launching Sellability in 2020, he's played a key role in driving 30 plus projects across 6 cities in West and South India, handling around 8,500 plus crores worth portfolio across real estate categories. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about Mr. Abhishek Mishra, founder and CEO of Sellability, as the moderator for this session. Can we have some more appreciation coming in? Yes, thank you. I'll be now talking about our speakers in alphabetical order. We have with us for this session Bhavya Trivedi, CBO from Insomniacs. With over 10 years of experience, he has demonstrated expertise of working in the marketing and advertising industry. He chalks out a growth strategy and business plan for the company to meet its vision and goals, builds out a robust sales and business development strategy for the company, and is expert at nurturing the right partnerships and building the ecosystem for the company. We also have with us today Harish Shroff, who's the Director, Sales and Marketing, Nyati Group. Harish has an active experience of over 2 decades in the field of real estate. At Nyati Group, he has been a strong pillar in the organization's growth, holding the credit of successfully setting up an international markets representative network across London, Hong Kong, Singapore, and the entire Middle East, facilitating the setting up of huge defense clientele base and a strong network of channel partners for the organization. We also have with us today Kaajal Shah, Vice President Marketing, Kohinoor Group, with over 25 years of total experience, 15 of which are in the real estate sector. Kaajal has a deep understanding of customer needs and preferences, as well as the market dynamics and the competitive landscape. She has successfully spearheaded marketing and brand communications for various prestigious real estate brands across Pune, achieving significant growth in sales, revenue, and of course, most importantly, customer satisfaction. We also have with us today Navin Thakur, Senior Vice President, Sales, Marketing and CRM, Vascon Engineers Limited. With over 20 years of experience, is hands-on developing and implementing sales, corporate branding strategy, brand architecture and positioning, go-to-market strategies, advertising campaigns, and marketing strategies. He has diverse experience working with several sectors and with renowned brands like Reliance Infrastructure Limited, Godrej Properties, Reliance Metro, Mudra Communications, Vascon Engineers Limited, and many, many more. We also have with us today Rohan Shah, who is the co-founder at Realatte. Rohan Shah is a pioneer in real estate digital marketing, having early roots in India's digital journey and over 20 years of multiple entrepreneur roles in the domestic and international market. In the year 2017, he founded Realatte, where he continues to lead using his in-depth digital knowledge and business acumen, growing the business and reaching more than 500 plus pan-India clients, including some of the top listed developers in the country as well. We also have with us today Rohit Kedia, who is the CEO of ArchVi. Rohit Kedia is a dynamic entrepreneur transforming the proptech industry with his visionary approach. A certified chartered accountant, he possesses deep expertise in business strategy, financial acumen, and market dynamics. In the year 2021, that's when he created ArchVi, India's first browser-based immersive customer experience for real estate marketing and customer engagement, or one of its kind indeed. His ability to translate industry challenges into innovative solutions has established him as a thought leader in the PropTech space. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have some appreciation coming in for our speakers for the third panel discussion of the day? Everybody over there at the back, Pune, you all can do a lot more. Can we have some more appreciation coming in? Thank you so much. Requesting all of you to take your seats. Thank you so much for being with us. So the stage is set, the panel is ready, and over to you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me absolute pleasure to invite all of you and the stellar panel of experts. This is good? Okay. Good evening, everyone. It gives me absolute pleasure to invite all of you and stellar panel of experts for this insightful session on digital transformation in real estate. So while we are hearing this term since long and it's prevalent across various industries, I'm sure you guys will be keen that how it's shaping the present and the future of real estate marketing and sales in India. So let me start with, asking the audience first that, what is the first term which comes to your mind when you think about digital transformation in India? Anyone? Efficiency, okay. I'm just trying to gauge the understanding on this topic of our audience as well. What else? Targeted marketing, okay. UPI payments, okay. Thanks to Modi ji. What else? Great. So digital transformation in real estate, and especially on the sales and marketing side, it's about improving operational efficiency through automating of a lot of processes, and of course, enhancing the customer experience. While it has, larger objectives across the real estate life cycle, right from the, the design stage till the delivery stage, today we'll be focusing just on the sales and marketing side, which in itself is a wide topic. And with this, I welcome all of our experts, to discuss on this topic. While there are a lot of opportunities as well as the roadblock, it is very important that how developers, marketeers, and brokers, can stay ahead in this evolving landscape. So my first question with Mr. Harish Shroff, and the question is that while Western and Middle Eastern markets have made significant strides in digital transformation, what are the most real and impactful digital trends shaping real estate sales and marketing in India today? And more importantly, as we move into 2025 and beyond, what will be the key focus area for developers and marketeers in this evolving landscape?
Well, happy evening to all of you, and give you more patience to go through the fourth session now. I guess you already have been through 3 sessions, so I guess you need to build up a little more patience, and this topic is very different, and it is more on the sales support side. So anybody who's here in the sales and marketing definitely needs to give little more time to this session as well. Well, like you rightly said, Abhishek, digital disruption, especially in the Western areas, have been felt, but India is not behind. India is also getting its fair share of evolution, which has now started. It starts off with online portal systems, like how people can, at the comfort of their home, can actually compare projects, developers across all micro markets at a click of a button. That is what digital has brought to the table. Second, any kind of a sales assist tools, like you have the virtual reality experiences, augmented reality, that gives the consumer a better perspective about the product, how it can get closer and closer to reality. And that is something which he can actually envisage. So that is something which is on the sales experience side. Then you have digitalization, which has come in the payments. People can actually book a home online, pay online. That never used to happen a couple of years ago. So that has done the ease of business part. And overall, I mean, there are some more assists like the AI chatbots, which make the communication seamless, real time. And that has also assisted more and more knowledge sharing. So such things have actually evolved, and digital has a long way to go because here the acceptance level across different target audiences varied. But I feel the day is not too far where digitalization will take over a substantial part of real estate. That's my viewpoint.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Harish. Thank you for the introduction to this, explanation of the term digital transformation, how it's impacting the current landscape. So my next question is to Ms. Kaajal Shah, and the question is related with the operational effectiveness and how it can drive the efficiency. So, in a market where data analytics is transforming pricing and demand forecasting globally, how effectively are Indian developers or marketeers leveraging data-driven insights to optimize sales strategies, enhance marketing ROI, and the overall efficiency? We have been using a lot of data in demand forecasting, in product design, arriving at a lot of conclusion. And you have been into this field since long, and have driven marketing, for big launches. So, what's your view? How these new technologies can help us in having better efficiency, or maybe in reduction in cost?
Thank you, Abhishek, and good evening, everyone. Um, so, digital transformation in sales and marketing is not a new topic. It's not a new subject. I think professionals, both in sales and marketing, especially in real estate, have been studying, discovering, going around this topic for a while. A lot has happened, and I still believe a lot is yet to be uncovered or used, rather. While there is a lot of data available today now, as far as micro markets are concerned, forecasting the demands is concerned, I think very little is really known about the consumer. What I really strive to do are psychometrics of my customer. What is it that drives him to buy a home in a particular micro market, for example? I think as marketeers, what we should be doing well and use tech, probably AI in the going times, is who really is my customer, at what life stage is he at, what is his consumer behavior on the internet outside of his home buying cycle? Can I look beyond the funnel? Can I look at what really, what is his usage? While we do have these forms, all of us have a lot of booking forms. How much of it are we studying? Also, what is the sentiment of a micro market? And I'm not purely talking from a digital point of view right now. I think the minute you start understanding the psyche, marketing is a psychological game. If you do not understand the consumer's psyche, you will be then in a hit and miss, or you are casting a net which is so wide that you're not really focusing on who your buyer is. So apart from the digital campaigns that we run, I generally use a lot of sentiment analysis tools. I try and listen to a lot of chatter that goes on in various micro markets. And then there are some of these very conventional kind of studies. So I think while there is a lot of data available as far as market forecasting is concerned, we have a long way to go. We need to understand our consumer better. We need to personalize our content better, which is catered specifically to a certain kind of TG, really, right? So I think true digital transformation will be when I will be able to deliver a different brochure, for example, online, created on the fly for a particular kind of TG. I hope I've kind of
Correct.
this.
And generally, the other day we were speaking, and as as a mandate firm, we take care of a lot of projects, and their operational effectiveness and the ROI becomes very crucial. So we have to drive the entire marketing in a certain percentage, right? And I feel that there are certain processes which keeps happening, keeps repeating itself in every project, right? So I look at it that can we automate certain processes? We were also speaking that can the chatbots really replace the pre-sales people? That's a question that many of us are looking at, and I'm sure Bhavya will be able to put more light on it. But at the same time, I also see that can we look at improving the ROI with the right methods, with the right technologies? Can we look at personalizing the communication? Say we have, different buckets of data, and we are looking at thousands and thousands of database when we, optimize the marketing campaign. So what I see is that, as an industry, and that's another talent is another topic here. But when we talk about using that data, so same data has many various buckets to it. Typically a hot customer or a warm customer or a cold or lost customer is defined differently in different organizations, right? And generally marketers tend to shoot the same content, same messaging, and just blast it on the entire database, right? So can we look at tech and the analytics or the predictive analytics, to use that data effectively, use and to personalize the communication, and in turn drive better ROI and and probably better output out of it. So can we? Are you also exploring any kind of tools there or any approach?
Absolutely. Two parts to this question, and I'm going to tackle the operational efficiency first. I think AI is going to do a brilliant job of qualifying your top of the funnel leads, right? When you have a lot of leads and you typically are trying to recruit a large pre-sales team, given how there is a massive talent crunch, and the more manpower you hire, and then you have your efficiencies kind of go for a toss. So there are already tools in the market which will help you qualify a lead. For example, you've got progressive dialers which will use AI to now only connect the verified leads. And then probably once the verification process is done, then you can have more senior guys to speak to these leads. And then that is where the personal messaging comes into the picture. So yes, increasingly we are going to see fewer people handling pre-sales, and a large part of this can be outsourced by chatbots and conversational AI. There is a lot of that happening. In fact, there is AI available in the market which you can install on your cameras at the site offices, which will, by the medium of the cameras, study demographics. What are not only the number of people who've come to your site, but what age group, how much time they've spent at site. So there is a lot of data. And then coming to the second point, you're right. We need to then build the intelligence to read all of this, to put it all together, right? I think as far as personalized content is concerned, storytelling is not going anywhere. It's only your medium and your mode of delivery that's going to really change, and how smartly you're able to do it. And I think that's where, that's the last mile in marketing that is yet, and I'm looking for it myself as well. We've got all the drips and we've got all the workflows managed. We've got all the creatives. But like I said, are we still ready to do this on the fly? I don't think we're there yet, but that would be the actual golden period for marketing. So of course, efficiencies will come, but I'm not talking about efficiencies from a cost point of view. I think I am pushing for efficiencies more from a delivery of content point of view and far better standard of communication point of view.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So what are the generally challenges that you face? I'm just shooting the follow-up question on this. Is that what are the challenges that you face while trying to implement whether it is the new tool or the new tech or any automation of the processes with respect to the marketing function?
I think if it doesn't excite us, then there is absolutely no hurry to implement anything. So I think the biggest challenge is resistance. I've seen, and I'm going to talk about smallest of the tools like a Chat GPT or a Mid-Journey for image creation right up to an SFDC, right? And bigger the tool, bigger the disruption, bigger the insecurity. So there is a sense of resistance in sales, marketing, CRM departments. The minute you have automation, the minute you've got more tools, there is an inherent resistance that comes purely out of insecurity. The other thing is I think real estate historically has a lot of data which is in silos. Most of the times this data is also not clean. When I say it's not cleaned, the data fields don't match. They cannot be merged typically in a single database. They're lying probably from Excel sheets to various different servers. So putting this together, even before you make any sense of it, I think is in itself a large task. So I think mindset is the first challenge. Second would be data not being in the place and the amount of time that you will put into getting all of this together. Third, I think, is the cost. Sometimes becomes prohibitive. I see these are the large three topics, apart from a lot of various other small issues that you will face.
Correct. And I totally agree with you. Mindset is generally the biggest challenge, and we have seen since the industrial era that whenever there was any big transformation trying to take place, mindset always become the biggest challenge, and especially for for leaders, driving that change becomes very, very crucial. When we talk about digital transformation, as basic as implementing a good CRM system, it actually loses its effectiveness. Culture has always become the biggest roadblock in implementing any changes. I see that Chat GPT has become so common. There is a servant for you working round the clock, but many of us still are resistant. I see that no, I don't want to use Chat GPT. This is something new, right? So there is always a resistance, and once you start using it, you see the wow. I mean, technology is your servant, right?
The biggest difference is Chat GPT people would love to use because it makes them lazy. But if you're implementing a CRM, people need to work harder. Because the fourth point, and I just kind of recollected while you spoke, is implementing a large CRM in any organization means, do you have the right kind of people who understand what is needed also? Right?
Correct,
And that's
correct.
where you're seeing a lot of messy implementations, and we were just speaking about it outside, right? We've all been a part of those messy scenarios where the best product has just simply not been implemented very well. And that's where then sometimes it has to be just thrown out.
So I think training will play a very important role here. Generally, with a lot of systems, when you try to implement it, the lack of knowledge of the overall process becomes the biggest, roadblock, even to implement best of the tools, right? Great. So with this, I'll move to Mr. Navin Thakur, and the question would be that in a digital first world, and this is more related with the, we have discussed, from the developers or marketers point of view, you also being an avid marketer and a salesperson, this question is more inclined towards the broker side. which who are very, very important for the overall ecosystem today. So in a digital first world, do you think that traditional brokerages have a solid future? Number one, and how can a real estate agent evolve their business model in the face of AI-powered real estate platforms funded by the biggest investors? So how do they evolve and how do they survive?
Good evening, everyone. So, Abhishek, if the question is, can they survive? Yes, they can survive, and they are surviving. With all the tech and everything available to developers, still, we are in a business where we cannot work without certain partners, and channel partners are one of them. Important part is that what is going to be required from them? What is required is that they need to adapt, they need to evolve, and they need to go with the times. So if today digital is what is the need of an hour, they have to adapt themselves and use the technology to the best usage that they can. We have seen a lot of regular channel partners who were just doing broking now have become channel partner houses. They are doing things largely on mandates only. But then a lot of them have adopted technology. When the times were not great after COVID, the people were still scared. There were people who just got exhibitions online. Now this is a broker who is getting an exhibition online for multiple developers. So yes, did they do business? Yes, they did business and they did quite well. It worked for few developers. It might have not worked for few developers, but as a broker, it worked for him because he has invested and he earned out of it, right? So at the end of the day, what matters to a channel partner is whether he's able to make money or not. So if he's able to make money, yes, he can. We all have seen how digital per se has grown as a media. It was a very small media a few years back, and the kind of exponential growth this particular media has seen, it has become an industry in itself today. Largest real estate expenses today happens on digital. Whether developers, whether channel partners, or whether anyone else, okay, right? So it has become an industry which is very critical and important to real estate. Here, we have seen a lot of disruptions happening, whether it is in terms of portals, whether it is in terms of AR, VR kind of things which are happening, or even prop tech. Prop tech is a very big business today in our country. So that's where the things are changing. What a typical channel partner needs to do in these times is, one, of course, they have to adapt to technology. Look, while Kaajal spoke about how pre-sales function can be reduced using up chatbots, but I still feel real estate is one thing where there would be a human interaction at certain point which will be inevitable. You have to. It's the biggest purchase for anyone who's buying a home. It's the kind of money that you spend is the biggest buying that you are doing as a customer. So your human interaction would be required. Tech can help you. Whether it is your lead to verified lead to qualified lead. After that, of course, and first interaction with any brand or any person is going to be a make or break with the client. The impression that you leave. So while your technology, if implemented well, can help you impress a customer, but if not done very well, then it's going to disappoint. So if I'm on an AI chatbot and I'm asking certain questions, which probably is not in the back end, it will keep throwing you, sorry, I didn't understand, and it's going to frustrate you to hell. And then you will not want to interact with that brand. And that's where, as a developer, you take a lot of effort to do your backend with these, but are the same efforts done by channel partners? Because they are not dealing with one project or one developer. They are doing it for multiple. And hence, it is more critical for them to look into these aspects more. Second, what they need to do is they need to build on their personal brands. Today, you have to move out of that middleman tag, and you have to become more a consultant, where people can trust you, where they will come to you for advice in terms of investment, legal, and other aspect. As a regular buyer, people don't understand legalities. And then there are so much of issues which customer faces when it gets into legal aspect of things. Whether it is not only about, dispute, it is about the agreement that I'm signing. So that's where they need to, from a broker, they need to become consultants. These are certain important aspects. They need to build personal brands. They need to get into influencer mode. We see a lot of people, they have started doing video shoots of various developers and posting it on their websites. Like they are working like influencers for you. Though they might be small as of today, but they will grow. So these are the things that brokers need to get into, and I think with this, it's not, and all the developers are going to support them. If somebody says that I want to shoot your sample house, I'm sure Harish is not going to say no, right? None of the developers. We are happy to promote the product as much as possible, and that's what is required from the channel partner side.
Agree. And I think we should take a cue from the developed economies or the developed markets, whether it is the Middle East or the Western economies, where the broker, setup or the industry, as an industry, they are much more professional, much more structured. I think with RERA coming into place and, with better training, focus on the, understanding of the market and how much value you can add as a broker has become very crucial. It's not just about generating leads online, but rather, as you rightly said, that consulting the clients in a right way, giving him knowledge beyond that one project that you are marketing for. And yeah, correctly said, whether it is the legal side of it, the infrastructural developments, the micro market trends, and probably, giving an update on educating the client on the credibility of the developers. So I think brokers, no matter how much technology can come, you cannot negate the personal touch from the real estate, which is the biggest ticket size.
In fact, RERA has also imposed now that all the channel partners, whatever sales they are doing, they have to report it back to RERA. Which is a good addition. In fact, it might look like a roadblock, but it's a good addition. What it is happening is, as a developer, it helps me in a very different way. Okay, so there is another tech, prop tech, which is under development, and I have been fortunate to meet them. What they do is they track that on which project, which channel partners are selling. Okay, so I know that, say for example, in a market of Kharadi, there would be 2,000 channel partners. But the project which is comparable to mine, there are these 50 people who are selling it. So my efforts are then focused towards these 50 rather than those 2,000. Yeah. So these kind of things are definitely going to help with regulatory body coming in picture.
Great. So with this, I take this conversation further, and my next question is to the gentleman sitting next to me, Mr. Bhavya Trivedi. And the question is that, is AI, we have been hearing about AI since long, and in real estate context, it's still is at a nascent stage as far as the implementation is concerned. Yes, there are a lot of prop tech firms working on developing various products and services, but do you think that is AI in real estate marketing more hype than reality, number one? And with this, can you also give us insight on how can developers and marketeers leverage it to create truly personalized campaigns, which will drive higher engagement and in turn maybe better brand equity?
Okay, so before reaching out to your question, answering your question, I would love to come on the aspects that other panelists touched upon, the challenges, of course, the implementation issues and everything. Rightly, of course, today the most important thing that is happening in real estate, the data is working in silos, okay? And that's where it's stopping most of the implementations on the technology. I'm talking about the top 5 developers of India, okay? That's where the problem is starting off. Now, I would love to, the question that he asked me, I would love to ask the audience over here, sitting over here, do you think AI and real estate are disrupting it right now or not? Because the people who are going to think that AI and real estate are not disrupting or started disrupting, trust me, I'm sitting over here, I can put a bet of a lot less than 1 crore, but I can put, okay, they'll be running out of business. The kind of things with the agentic AI models, okay, and the kind of the propensity models, She rightly spoke about the chat GPT also, right? The models that have been developed that helps the real estate developer to take a overall completely on the marketing automation on the back end. The scalability, the kind of scalable operations that we are able to do it. Today, we launched a product called Convo AI, okay, which is more on the conversation, humanizing the whole uh, chatbot, or I would say not chatbot, but having a humanized touch to the pre-sales team. And yes, I would love to replace the whole pre-sales thing. That was something that we were discussing outside.
So you're
Okay.
going to be responsible for a lot of job losses.
That's okay. But yeah, as I told you, the question that remains is the efficiency. Okay. When I'm putting a money, certain ROIs onto certain marketing activities, always question comes on the Meta, Google, or anything. But really, is the question really asked to the pre-sales team also? Okay, how the churning has happened when they're calling 100 leads, okay, in a day? Is the real efficiency that is coming out? And that's where the whole idea for us also when we are working on the back end, okay, how largely we are implementing this is something that we are also working. We have already, I suppose, with certain successful brand, we have already done that. Now coming on to the next question that you have talked about it. Today, one of the biggest problem that we also have is the hyper-personalization. So let's, for example, the shirt that you have bought, probably it won't be online, okay? The guy you have bought it from must have more data than you're sitting with, okay? Real estate is something, is very much, I don't know why, the developers are really happy with two things only, the email IDs and the phone numbers. And that's where we have to change our mind. That's where hyper-personalization comes into the picture, okay? Today, Rohan, if you can help me, we would love to, if he can relate it easily, when we are running ads, 2, 3, 4 BHK campaigns and everything that we are running, largely can we have our data sets कि लीड जनरेट हुआ लीड सिस्टम में आया उसने एक 4 BHK का एंट्री दिया है ही इज इंटरेस्टेड इन द साइट ही इज लैंडेड ऑन द साइट next time he is landing up or I'm doing remarketing, can I show him a 4 BHK ad with that swimming pool that he mentioned in his conversation? That is something hyper-personalization. And we have already, as I told you, we are already doing that. We are already implementing. But the idea remains, this is only going to make the experience better. This is only going to bring your cost per acquisition down. Because tomorrow, with more and more customized solution, you're on a good. And apart from real estate, most of the industries are already doing it. Okay? So that's where the question that really lies, how fast we can adapt to this on the marketing automation. And that's where the whole hyper-personalization and your question is answered.
So tell me more about this, AI bot, which you spoke about. Generally, I feel that the biggest problem that it also solves is, and what we face as sales and marketing leader in our industry, and please enlighten me, any one of you from panel members, I feel one of the biggest issue also is the standardization of pitch. When you are explaining a typical, no matter what the ticket size is, 70, 80 lakhs or a 5 crore, flat or duple that you're selling, maybe Kaajal's pitch will be different from Mr. Harish or Rohan or maybe Bhavya. So this is one of the biggest issue. You are selling a high ticket size product and the pitch varies. And with this, the lot of efforts which the architect or the top management or the developer has taken, it is gone. It is gone in that 5-minute pitch. And especially also applicable for pre-sales, where the time that you get as a pre-sales executive to explain the product is hardly few seconds, maybe 30 seconds to 1.5 minutes. That's it. My attention span is very low as a customer. So the pitch varies from person to person. And with that, the best of the product and strategies fail. So does your product or any of the product are able to answer this?
Okay. As you mentioned rightly, since I'll give it on my personal experience, I've worked with around, at a launch, 100 pre-sales. You're not able to control anyone's conversation. You don't even know कि वो desk पे क्या बात कर रहा है. You don't even, till the time you hear the recordings, okay? With the AI, with the backend, you are able to control the whole narrative. What do you want them to speak? What do you want them not to speak? It's something that you can control. The second problem is the scalability. When I look at the pre-sales, larger jab launches aate hai, please tell me, you have to train like 100 and 200 of people at a given in just 1 month or 15 days. And that's largely a problem for me also. How do I reach out to, I have a database of 10,000 leads, and how do I churn it in 2 days, okay? So largely when you're coming out, this is how our Convoy AI, or we call it as Convoy AI as a product, largely sits on two bots. One bot makes the call, and the second one acts as a head, where it improvises. Okay, you can be better over here, and that's how you can improvise it. So you don't have to even monitor the AI. As I told you, with the agentic AI, you can do anything. Trust me, I have stopped replying to my mails in terms of with Gemini AI. I'm sure you must have used it. A lot of automation that is coming, and I have loved that. I've kept an EA who usually replies my answers, but I would love to, if Gemini is closing it, I can customize the whole thing. And that's how efficiency for me at my level, it could be good, it could be bad, but from the perspective when I'm running a business, it helps me to scale. That's where always business wants to. It's all about the scalability that you want to achieve.
So that's machine learning for you.
I'll just like to second Bhavya here, whereas in the traditional way of marketing, when we have pre-sales and sales teams, trying to explain a product, I'm sure most of the marketers here, have this very famous saying that there is an elephant with 6 blind monks. If somebody's touching a trunk, somebody's touching a tail, somebody's touching a back. So everybody has a perception about the elephant, but nobody can draw the whole elephant together. So you need a lot of things to come together. That's what I feel. AI can be a solution for that problem.
Correct. Great. So with this, I move to Rohan. And the question is that you are running a digital agency and doing a lot of work across India. And this is a very general question, but I want you to enlighten the audience and the real estate fraternity in general, is that India sees a 40 to 50% and maybe more, lead drop-off rate in real estate digital campaigns. So as per you, and you are free to blame, what are the biggest mistakes developers or the marketeers or brokers are doing?
So, firstly, I would like to split this into 3 parts. One is, why is there a lead drop-off, right? Second is, what is a drop-off? Where is it happening? And third is, what do we do to make it better? So, firstly, coming to, why is there a drop-off? Basically, in digital, we are able to generate loads of leads, right? We've had cases where we can generate 10,000 leads in a month. We've had projects where we generated 20,000 leads in a month. Now, what we try to do is an optimal, an optimal ratio of cost and quality. So what we look at is cost per qualified leads and cost per visits, and then obviously cost per bookings follows. So there is always going to be a certain ratio of leads which are going to be dropped off, and that is due to the nature of digital. How Instagram is an image-first platform, or it's a video-first platform, wherein somebody could just appreciate a certain video or a certain project and kind of fill a form kind of passively. So these are very this is the nature of digital. But then you're getting so many leads, you're getting it in a very cost-effective manner. You can measure your ROI. These are the benefits. Now coming to what are the drop-offs. Here we have, 2 main reasons. One reason is somebody who is kind of a passive buyer. He's maybe looking to buy a property after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. We don't know when. And now how the real estate market is moving towards luxury, towards more of premium projects. So what we see is that these guys are already well settled. The guys who are filling forms. There's no reason for them to buy it today or buy it after 2 months or 1 month. They could take a year, they could take 6 months. So, the person who's calling them, the pre-sales who's calling them, has to understand what is it that the customer is looking at right now. We could take the opportunity and kind of build a brand, kind of have them, give them an invitation to visit our site, to kind of visit the office instead of trying to sell the project. So this is one of the drop-off where it's about somebody who is willing to buy now or maybe in the near future, and somebody who's willing to just kind of explore and maybe buy it some point of life. And the other part is the mode of communication. So, some guys prefer WhatsApp, some guys prefer calls, some guys prefer emails. So we need to kind of try all the different routes and just not do a call and then, say that the lead has dropped off. There are so many norms that have come in where the number is going to be marked as spam anyways. So guys are not going to pick, they may not pick up the call. But WhatsApp is a very good mode. We have 500 plus million users in WhatsApp in India. People spend 1 to 2 hours a day on WhatsApp. So you have to look at different mediums. Now, what is the solution? Basically, we have in-house lead nurturing tools where we have something called as Tripti, which is our tool that we use in-house, where it kind of sends automated emails, SMS, WhatsApps, calls to customers. And we kind of first gauge what is their preferred mode of communication, preferred time of the day. So this is one of the information that we collect. And then this is passed on to the sales team and the pre-sales team. Then we also look at the different stages that a customer is at. First is if he's a passive buyer or he's a very active buyer. Second is, has he visited the site? Is he just about to do a booking? Has he just inquired and you just want to give them basic details? So this tool kind of takes all of this into account and kind of does automated lead, follow-ups, which will give you least number of drop-offs. So this is basically what I would kind of summarize in terms of drop-offs. We kind of tune our pre-sales as well as tune our the different technologies that we're using.
Correct, agree. I mean, refining the processes, existing processes, and training is also key, along with using the right tools. Okay, so one of the post-pandemic, post-2020, we have seen a rise in the various AR and VR tools, and this particular question I'm posing it to Mr. Rohit Kedia, and you are running a firm which specializes into this technology. So what are the the key challenges and breakthrough innovation in AR and VR adoption for real estate sales and marketing in India? And can these technologies truly enhance buyer confidence and decision making? We have been seeing that there are a lot of tools which has come up, and it's not that these were not there pre-COVID, but we have definitely seen a surge in these tools. So how do you see what are the challenges in implementation and how it is enhancing the customer journey overall?
So see, pre-pandemic, what happened in real estate is still a touch and feel product. First of all the marketers will agree to that. And that's a belief that, and see, in Indian customers, when you go to buy a car, anything which costs dearly, a lakh or more, we want to go, we want to experience it, touch it, feel it, and then we buy it. So, and pre-COVID, they were like, if you see the change in the age gap, of the buyers, earlier people were 35, 40 plus who were buying real estate. Now, thanks to ESOPs, which startups are giving, people with less age, 25 to 30 years, guys are coming, they are willing to invest in real estate when they get ESOPs or nowadays they get good salaries. They want to invest in real estate. So first of all, the timing has also reduced. Like previously used to take 7, 8 months to years to buy a real estate. Now that gap has also reduced. People take 3, 4 months. They are youngster. They take quick decisions to buy unit. So post-pandemic, a lot of paradigm shift have happened in the buying pattern of the customer. So, and they are very tech savvy also. They stayed at home, they've analyzed a lot of online tools. So now they want to do the research before going out. See, previously people visit 40, 50 projects before taking a decision. Now, everyone want to stay at the comfort of their house. Sitting at the house, I do a one site visit, and if I had any follow-up questions or query, how can I solve it staying at home? I don't have to travel 20, 30 kilometers. So that's where all these new age tools are required. See, I don't say it is a replacement of your actual site or something, but this is an add-on benefit which supports the sales team, sales and marketing team to handle the customer. See, and when a customer comes to a site, he comes with hundreds of queries. And if he goes back to his home with 2 or 3 queries, like what is the view from my unit on 15th floor? or what is the measurement of XYZ wall or any sliding door, which the salesperson cannot give it instantly to the customer. And he goes back. Then chasing that customer and bringing him back to the site is a big task. Like Rohan will agree that nowadays the cost per site visit is 15 to 20K for the marketer. So it's very costly to lose a customer. So he's one of the prospective lead who has come to the site. Now he's went back with some queries. Maybe the salesperson doesn't have the answer to it instantly. So it doesn't it feels really that, okay, I missed a really prospective lead. He came here with his family and now he went home. Now chasing him, asking him to come back again to the site to showcase that yes, we had this solution now, it doesn't help. So so this tools, the tool which we have developed, ArchVi tool, it empowers the sales team to resolve all the queries of which a customer can ask, a prospective customer can ask. They will have in this tool. They can sit with the customer. They can take on a call their relatives, their any friends, relatives who can influence their decision. Because if customer has come to a site, he will understand the project. But when he goes back to his home, to his parents or uncle or anyone who is the influencer, and he cannot explain the project in the same way, the way a salesperson can explain. So these tools are helpful that the salesperson can explain the project to him and his entire family at one go. So that's why these tools are very useful in real estate. It's not a replacement of actual touch and feel, but it adds on to a lot of queries which a customer can ask, prospective buyer can ask, and let him not go with any query in his mind. Plus, it adds on a lot of values. Like nowadays, in the morning session, all the directors were saying that the construction cost has increased because putting luxury apartments are there. We put all high-end tiles and everything. The way we projected to customers and buyers is we just put it on a brochure. And neither the salesperson cares of explaining it, neither the customer understands what it is. So all these tools like we have developed they can show it on screen that yes, this is what we had invested on. Why the cost is high? Because this is something premium you are getting in my project. You may or may not get in any other project. So these tools are very helpful for the sales and marketing team, specifically the sales team, to project to showcase the project to the prospective buyer and to not let him go with any query in their mind.
I think you are right, and and everyone will agree to the fact that all these tools are help in improving the customer experience, and it's more about mindset shift which is required, not just for the marketers as well as for the overall real estate fraternity and the customers in general.
Abhishek.
As we move beyond,
I'd like to add something. I'm sorry to.
Sure.
I would like to add Rohit's sub point. In the 90s, we saw a transformation that came on the technology websites. Now today we are all sitting over here. Even the channel partners or the developers has one basic thing. That was a transformation that take place in the 90s. In the similar fashion, if you look at it, AR or the developed product that they have developed is a transformation stage that they are in. Tomorrow, can I say by 2020, can be brochures replaced with the AR visualization because they have better visualization? Is that the answer we have to take out today, out of this room, and answer it in our heads? Okay, we are not going to prepare for today. It's going to be preparing for tomorrow. And that's how we have to look at the investment that's going to make it today to get the ROIs later. That's how stock markets work, right? Mutual fund, sahi hai, pata hai na? So aise hi AR, VR, marketing tools, all this are investment of currently. Even on the back end, when you look at the technologies, they are the investment for today. And the ROIs, you're going to get it tomorrow. So the perspective has to be changed largely. And that is where, of course, the challenges on the cost per acquisition will drastically boil it down.
Yeah, correct. And I feel, as we are moving further, 2025 and beyond, tech is not just about using few tools, but rather, as many of us, have highlighted this, is that it's more about mindset shift. And I don't think change is coming. Change is already here. It's more about innovation, adaptation, and the implementation. That is when the actual transformation will come into picture. And it's also about that how do you personalize and not just advertise. You have to engage the customer and not just sell. You have to give the experience and not just few listings on the website. So that's the motto, and this is how all of us would agree to this. This is how the digital transformation will evolve in our industry, and a lot of disruptions will take place. And who knows, the next disruptor is sitting in this room only. So with this, I end this discussion. The screen is showing time is up. So I had a lot of other questions as well, but we'll probably take it offline. So thank you all of you. Thanks everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, the thanks need to be followed with a huge round of applause, and like you all have done, thank you so much for doing that. I'll request all of you to please kindly wait over here on stage, and also in the moment, can I have some more appreciation coming in, please, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you. That always helps. And on that note, I'll also like to request Mr. Shoaib Sheikh, Sales Head, Nemetschek Architecture and Design Business, Nemetschek India Private Limited, Nemetschek Group, to please kindly join us on stage and give away the token of appreciation to all of them. A big round of applause for Mr. Shoaib as well, ladies and gentlemen, as he joins us over here. Thank you. Questions we can take and connect offline. I'm sure you have interesting questions for our speakers. Please feel free to connect with them offline. They're more than happy to answer your queries. I'll request all of you to please kindly come forward for a special group photo as well. Give it up for all of them, please, ladies and gentlemen. The beaming smile comes the best when we do the group photos, and I'm sure with your smile and appreciation, they will be smiling even better. So much to the DJ as well for pumping up the energy over there. That's exactly what we want, keeps the event alive, definitely.